Yeah.
I take them out a little bit at first. Understand that. Hi, Caleb. He's looking at me like he's looking at me in a way that I like, because he's saying, why is she here? What's going to happen? So he's really cognizant of the fact that I'm not a part of the family, and that I'm here, and what am I doing here? Right, Caleb? Right, Caleb? I have a brush. You want to see that? Yeah. Caleb's brush. That's Caleb's brush.
Well, it's almost like what they give you in the baby's head. You know, the scalp.
Yes.
Doing that,
It's really very soft. I mean, it's not a hard bristle at all. Brush. Brush. Eileen's brushing Caleb. Eileen's brushing Caleb on his arm. Eileen's brushing Caleb. Caleb. Sound effects. Eileen's brushing Caleb on his arm. Eileen's brushing Caleb. Eileen's brushing Caleb on his leg. Eileen's brushing Caleb. Eileen's brushing Caleb on his foot. Eileen's brushing Caleb. Eileen's brushing Caleb on his leg. And now we're brushing Eileen's brushing Caleb on his foot. Let's see your hands now. Oh-ee. Let's brush your hands and wake them up. Eileen's brushing Caleb. Eileen's brushing Caleb on his back. Now we're brushing Caleb. He's brushing Caleb on his back. Let's do this hand up the arm. Eileen's brushing Caleb. Eileen's brushing Caleb on his arm. Up and down she's brushing. Up and down she's brushing on his arm. Hand. Look at Caleb's hand. Pull down. Hand up. Look at Caleb's hand. Pick it up. All done. All done. Sure you can. Yeah, just feel what it's like. I'll do it to you so you'll know about how firmly to do it with Caleb. Okay? Bye. 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 Whoa. Caper. 10 times. You're going to hold at the wrist and the next joint. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, if you can make it a song, a separate song for this part of it, that's all the better, because he'll probably be more cooperative and feel as though it's less intrusive and less annoying to him. Oh yes, oh yes. Also with Caleb, it's going to help considerably to do some joint compression on the head and the shoulders. Okay. He has tremendous sensory issues around his face and mouth and his head. Okay.
What do you mean by sensory issues? Just
what I mean is he seems like he really needs a lot of input. That's why he's coming over to the kids and he's hugging them and he's pressing his face against them. There's something going on right in here with him that needs to be pushed and held down and given pressure. And he does okay, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I gotta have it, I gotta have it. And he pushes.
So you do.
In the ankle, you can, let me use your foot as a demonstration here. You can go kind of just like this, kind of pushing that joint up a little bit in the foot. Okay.
Now what do you do for pressure on the face?
Knee to the ankle. I would do some pressure with him on the face.
How would you do that?
I would just kind of do a lot of this. Kind of wiggle his cheeks. Yeah, yes, that's great. just even pressing in on his chin. This area of the face,
See how, this is what I'm saying, he's
the
doing.
flapping, yeah.
And he spins things.
So now when he starts
He
doing
likes to
that,
spin.
Uh-huh.
what should we do?
Well, there are a couple of ways that you can go. First of all, I would try to redirect. There are times that he's just going to need to do that because apparently whatever, if it's a visual, sensory problem that's not organizing in his mind, then it's hard to tell what he is seeing, okay? And what is necessary in order, why he's doing, that behavior is for a reason. And I know with some children with sensory problems, their ability to see is so hyper accurate that they can actually see dust particles in the air.
My word.
Yeah. In some children, when they're looking at their mom, or usually with their mom it's easier for some reason, they look at other people, it's very hard to give them eye contact because they can actually see the activity of the eye. The iris actually, the colored part of our eye actually is in motion. They have a hard time looking at somebody in the eye because they're seeing that. Motion occurs, so it's very disturbing for them to watch
Daddy's
that.
sweet boy. Daddy's sweet boy.
Yes, he is.
So guys, you hear this? In other words, he doesn't even take in, you know, just like, it's a bad analogy, but just like, I guess an animal sees a different part of the spectrum, like a dog will see in black and white, or
Right.
he sees, not like an animal, I mean, he's a human being, obviously, but he sees things maybe more sharply than we do, maybe less sharply. Maybe he focuses on certain things that we don't even notice, like
Exactly.
that dust particles, or so he's not seeing the same thing you are when he's
No,
looking at it.
he's really not. The messages that are coming in through his eyes, through his ears, through his skin are different messages. And a lot of times the messages are saying it hurts, that there's some pain involved. Even though he might not be being pinched or hurt in any way, his brain is getting that message, that that's what's happening.
Yeah, he'll grimace sometimes, he'll go,
Yeah, like something is like hurting him. So that's very helpful. Any kind of input that you can give, but you need to just be firm when you do that. I'll do it with you.
well, let's say that he sits in my lap for 10 minutes. If I
Uh-huh.
did this for 10 minutes,
That's awesome. That will help
Uh-huh.
tremendously. And do the head, do a little bit of the arms. You know, you're holding it, the way you're holding him now, you can kind of even pull back on his knee, you know, kind of compress
just
those.
whenever we have a chance and we're with him.
Right, give him that kind of input. The third thing that I would recommend as part of this diet, we call it a sensory diet, is what I would call hard play. And it's exactly what you and Ben were doing when that one day I was over, you guys were standing with him in the kitchen and jumping. You know, you're doing the jumping. Get a quilt off somebody's bed, roll them up in it, you know, roll them around in that. He's gonna love that. But that's called hard play, or what do they call it? Heavy work or hard play. That helps him a lot.
Normally doesn't like staying in place in bed.
No, I know he doesn't, but that's gonna make you faster than he is. You're just gonna have to try and keep up with that.
When are we gonna know what it is that he sees, or what, I mean,
Well, you know, I guess it's, what appears to me is that while he may not have autism, he is displaying some of the features of it. So if we consider that,
okay,
then probably there are a lot of books out there written by people, by adults with autism. They can tell you what their perceptions are. They can tell you what it's like, you know, when they're expected to do everyday routine things like brush their teeth, and it's very difficult for them because it's hypersensitive. In some cases, he might be hyposensitive. So what you may see is that he might fall down and it looks like, oh my gosh, he really cracked his head.
Well, yeah, I've noticed that. I think he'll bump his head and it seems like it.
But it's like it doesn't
fades.
affect him. So there are times that he's not even getting the message from that. Go Babo.
Add it up. Okay, Joe and Mike. You got $50 in the mini sweep earlier in the game. Let's see how much that bonus is worth. $50 there. We add that to all your groceries to give you guys a grand total of $869. Congratulations. All right, Shauna and Liz, you got the bread I asked for, so that's $250. Let's see how much your bonus is worth. $100 there. And we add that to all your groceries to give you a grand total today of $1,240. So that puts Shauna and Liz in the lead. Now, Dan and Jackie. Now, Dan, you got some bread for us, but unfortunately it wasn't exactly what I asked for, so I can't give you that money. But you got the candy. That's $100. Now, when we add that to all of your groceries, if your grand total is higher than $1,240, you're going to be looking for $5,000. If not, Shauna and Liz will. Let's see. Your grand total with your groceries is $623. Shauna and Liz, you win the sweep. Thank you all. You were terrific. We have some great gifts for you. Okay, Shauna, Liz, come on over here. All right. You want to win $5,000 extra dollars?
Yeah.
Okay, it's out there. It's in cash, just waiting for you. Now, you have 1 minute to find it. 3 clues to help you out. Now, remember, your hands have to be on.